Is this the worst DIY bodgery we've ever seen, Mr. Dunlop?
Yep.
Turn up this property, they've recently just purchased it, and their first home, that sort of stuff, and a few things aren't working, a few things aren't tripping, a few things have been left dangerous. This is the first thing. Should we get the death stick out? Alrighty then.
German socket, mate.
That's off. Which socket?
The one where the guys before just left it like that, found it in the cupboard.
This was like this in the cupboard. All the bits just down there underneath this drawer when they took the drawers out. Next thing, follow me. Right, go on then. Test button doesn't work. The lights are off because they've dropped a few of the fittings down.
Let's give it the ode.
Give it the tappy tap. Look, we saw some guys do some TikTok and it worked, so we thought we'd show you. You've got to flick it up. Yeah, you've got to flick it up and it'll push it back out, I think. No.
No, just...
You just hit the button in. Oh. Mint. Next is this little beauty, which is this socket that was plugged in, but me and Adam have just unplugged it. Sorry?
It's smoking. Yeah.
RCD is smoking.
Yeah, it's great.
What? I don't know if you guys can see this, but if I energise this again, with this on, yeah?
Don't know.
So that's the power back on. It's starting to smoke and smell. Maybe we don't hit them in the future, Adam, yeah?
Yeah. What clicked then?
I don't know, something in it. Right. Starting to smoke again. We're going to turn that off and we'll be right back, folks. So that lovely socket in the cupboard, that was plugged in and on when they moved in. Sweet, bro. So we're going to cut that off. Next thing. It may look like a lovely innocent halogen PIR across, and then we'll put the camera up here. Follow me. Oh, here we go. The fire starter's here. I'm a fire starter. Straight down. A little joint box on there. Sweet.
Oh no, I plugged wrong, sorry.
That goes to that. Sweet. That. Cool. Yep. Gets better. So the outside socket comes up in and around there, which is a white flex. It goes all the way around into this. And this is not proper flex, which is weird. Yeah, there's more. There's one thing that we've never seen as well. The tail's coming up in the cavity, because this is economy 7, so this is off. So I think it's that one. There's one in the lounge and one upstairs. You've got a connector block link through thing on the neutral. So it's obviously got a termination that comes down into the neutral and the main switch, which comes from the board, and then the other one links back into this side. I've never ever seen one of them in my life. Ever. I genuinely haven't. 13 years I've been doing this, as you can tell. Getting old, getting a beard now. But yeah, my concern now is this can't be left like that today. And the thing is, as soon as I walked in, the customer said to me, "Oh, please don't find anything severely wrong," because the plumber decided not to turn the water off and had 50 gallons of water when he did the bathroom come through all the ceilings down here that weren't damaged, so they've all had to pay to be repaired. But I'm an hour and a half away from home, and I don't really see an option for me to do this other than go and buy a new fuse board from a local wholesaler now and switch it over for them, because I can't physically leave it like that. That cannot stay in, and I cannot find a replacement for that. What do you do? Literally, let me know in the comments, what do you do in my situation right now? It's like 10:30. What do you do? Right, I've had a think. We've got to do extra sockets in the house. There's want to be a TV one, there's one upstairs, they want a mirror feed for the bathroom because that's being done. I can't do any of this if it doesn't have an RCD present that is working. I can't fit one before the board because the meter's full in the outside cab with the economy 7 meter, which is still present, which we can cut off, which is fine, customer doesn't want it anymore. But we won't cut the meter off, we'll just snip the tails, put them in a block, leave them out of the way, because obviously they don't become live until whatever time they turn on. That's the way I deal with it. Adam's going to sort this. There's got to be an extra socket added here because there's not one for the washing machine. It was on an extension lead plugged into that socket by the sounds of things. So Adam's going to get on with all this stuff. I'm going to have to put a new board in. Annoyingly for the customer, I don't really have a choice. I can see, I might put someone on Instagram if someone's got one of these RCDs spare. I have said you need a new board anyway. It's just obviously cost, they don't have it. And they're a young couple as well, and I know them because they used to live in my street. This is their first house and they've just been shot by everything. Nothing's gone to plan, so I might just front the cost of the board and just do it, just to be nice. For you guys, seems that Adam did hit it and it smoked, so. I'm a fire starter. But we couldn't have done the extra work with the RCD, wasn't working anyway, so I'm gonna have to, yeah. So I'm gonna test the board now, figure out rings, what we've got, what breakers we need, get rid of the Economy 7, I'm gonna nip across and get one, so Adam's gonna carry on doing his extra stuff, like say, run the socket in there and chasing one in the lounge while I nip around the corner. There's a CF like 2 minutes away, so I might go and flutter my eyelids and pout my lips and go, oh, please, can I have this? I've always liked CEF. I think you should maybe give this for free. I am back from CEF. We have got our fuse box board in tow. I explained the situation to them because it's not my local branch, so they rang Stafford branch and I had a chat with them and they're gonna hopefully sort me out on the costings for this. I'm just going to absorb it and just said to the customers as well, I'll do the board for free. We're already here, pay for the stuff that we were already originally going to do, and I'll install it for free. I can use some of my sponsorship money to back it up. So that leads me into the sponsor bit. Traderify is my job management software. I've talked about it that much. I want to tell you the exciting stuff that changes and happens, or how it actually helps me, because there's nothing worse when you do a sponsor bit or you see someone do a sponsor bit that you've done stuff for, and you can see they're just spouting off stuff that they just read off a list. I'd rather tell you hand on heart the stuff that we actually use that actually works for us. The scheduling, work to treat, the quotation, the invoicing, how it literally is one click from a quote to an invoice, and then our easy cert software that we use. You click share top right corner, Traderify pops up, you can attach it directly to a quote or to an invoice or to a job. And then when you send it across an email, you click add file, pops up, there you go, goes across as one. You can then see when the customer opens it. It really has changed the way I work. Adam is about to get it as well when he starts his little self-employed journey, and I'll be receiving invoices from him when he sends me his worksheet, and obviously he's going to subcontract, so it's going to work really well, and I can show you it from a customer's point of view when I receive an invoice of him, how it works, how the email comes through, how he can see it. 50% off for the first 3 months, hit the link down below. I think it's a 14-day free trial as well, but it should help you. What else I've just found, just start taking the board across, I pulled the cables out of the Henley blocks the other side. There's no isolator. I'd rather be completely honest what we're doing. So they're off, that's dead. I'm gonna cut this off completely and pull the tails out. We'll then have a look nice and neat at the neutral that's linked across. And we've just seen here, so someone's ran a 6mm cable in here for a shower, which is upstairs, which actually the plumbers cut through upstairs by accident and stuck tape around it in the soil stack, which has been done the past couple of days. Luckily, we're getting rid of it, but they've also doubled up a 6mm with another 6mm, which is also the cooker. So if you'd had the shower and the what would have been the hob on, or the cooker back in the day, that would have got very hot, very, very hot. It's just another list, another thing added to the list of things in this house that scare me. But I've been around with the tester. We have earth on all our metal outlets. We've done we've done a one lead. I double checked the connections upstairs and did a test across. I actually did an RN-R2, believe it or not, connector on the board, so I can just double check and triple check that we've got everything we need for chucking the new board in. Let's get this ripped off. Let's have a look at that nice little connector. So these are stripped off, and this is the link through. So what it is they've just stripped back. I've never ever seen a connector like this. Stripped back the one, fed that all the way through, so it was only in the board by this much. And then this one is then tapped off. I'd like to see what they're rated to, but around there. So I'll just undo that and we'll pull it through. Now, I really don't want you to think I'm making this up, but look. The left-hand one is completely loose, but the right-hand one isn't, so it's just been sat like this for years. Oh, I can't really do it with one hand, sorry guys, yeah. The left one's pulling through. Yeah. Right. I'm gonna leave them in, because that's two, I'm just put them in there. This is an outside light that's been dogged in afterwards. That's the cable that goes to the light. This is the feed that goes to switch, and that's the feed to the switch. So they've obviously, you can see where they chased it out in the past there. Let's pull this off, let's get this board on, and then we can start fixing some other stuff and retesting it properly. What a day, what a day. I thought we were gonna have half a day today, but nope. It is 20 to 1 and I've done the board. You can see here, I've got a big gaping hole. That reminds me of some, never mind. I've just taped up the excessive cables in there that are for the storage heat, old storage heater stuff. So we're in here. I'm gonna power up shortly. I'm gonna do a few more dead tests with our R1 and R2 on the lighting circuit. I've got all the stuff for the socket circuit written on the back of the board. CEF come back with a price for me. I think it was £185 including VAT for this, but they did miss off. There's a 6 amp breaker missing. So I had to double up the outside light with the downstairs lights, which isn't the end of the world, but I'm gonna go back there in a bit and just grab it on the way home. Adam's being picky. He's here, he's doing his jobby jobs. He's got, like he said, he's been given all the crap jobs.
Huh?
You've been given all the crap jobs.
No, the other job's right, it's
just this one.
I said, it's my look, I guess, like this.
Yeah, sock it in there.
We got a socket machine.
But yeah.
So you drop it there.
Yeah.
Got to climb out.
Adam's doing that. He's in the socket up here and in for the TV. So we're getting there slowly and I can test it all a little bit. But his dad hopefully is picking him up on the way because he's found a van he likes. So it's not far from here. It's Oxford way, isn't it?
Yeah, so still like an hour and a half.
Yeah, from here. So he's going to hopefully pick him up from here, I know. And if he gets it, if he likes it, he's going to bring it home. And but I won't ruin the surprise. He can do all that on his channel and his Instagram, all that sort of stuff. And yeah. So while Adam's just doing the mirror feed, I'll run you through what I've just had to explain to him a second ago. We're going to disconnect the flex, the neutral in the live, and the live in the neutral, which I presume, oh, there we go. Because this is like a dark brown, they thought that was black to go with the black and the blue with the red. Sweet. We're just going to cut that off, get that out of the way. If they have one an outside socket, we've got a few switch spur here. We can just go straight out. But I'll run you upstairs now and check out what Adam's doing. 2 seconds, you might have already seen a short that I've just done. I'm not sure if I posted it, but Adam's struggling to find a permanent live because there's no like permanent live neutral and earth at the fittings because it's wired in singles, which we know from the board, which is fine because it's double insulated singles. But Adam needs a permanent live, a neutral and earth, a rundown for the mirror. Great line work, by the way, mate.
I did it with the laser and then I realised there's nothing to put it onto, so I put it there, did it with rough, but obviously I'm just going to go on the edge, so it's fine.
I'm glad you're working by yourself now.
It's fine.
So all you'll get is the permanent live from the fuse board will go around and loop in and loop out every single switch from here through to here and through to there. And then you've got the earth and neutral that'll literally loop in and loop out of every single fitting. And that means there's no permanent supply whatsoever. It's like modern day way of you run your supply to the switch, but the neutral and earth don't go there. So the more you know. Adam's gone. I've tested all by myself. Gross. This is in already. I picked a blank out of this board for the time being. Lovely. In, done. Let's get it labelled up. Let's go in. We are done and dusted. It's 3:30 and I severely forgot. I think I made a vast mistake saying that Adam, I don't want him for 5 days a week anymore. Of how long it takes to do testing when there's one of you, to pack away, to sweep up, to do all that sort of stuff. But hopefully it's going to be good news that Adam's got this van. He should ring me in and out. He should be there by now, so he'll be looking at it. Like I said at the beginning of the video, we didn't expect any of this sort of stuff, but I hold half the responsibility, or Adam should, but I do, from hitting it for it to smoke. But I actually think that's the best thing that could have happened if that was to do it itself in the middle of the night. They're not living here currently because they're doing it up. If that had smoked and set on fire, the house would have gone. That is the main protective device on the board covering it. And if that was to set on fire, there's not much hope of saving it, especially if it catches on fire, no one's there, the house is going, and next door as well. So a good coincidence or mistake or accident that just happened that's potentially saved that. But that's how dangerous electrics are on fuse boards. And that's why I said in the other video from the bathroom fitters doing the electrics, it's so dangerous if you don't know what you're doing and you do it wrong. It could end so badly and take out a bloody entire family. You just don't know. So that's why we have testers, and that's why we have years and years at college and accreditations and governing bodies, because we're sparks, because we've got to play with stuff that could potentially kill someone very, very easily. Jumping onto the video of the bathroom fitters, they are being reported currently. I'm meant to begin tomorrow to look at the work, but I think another job's just come in that I've had to squeeze in. But we're waiting for certification. The mother-in-law has asked for certification, and we're waiting to hear back for what they say or what they've produced or who they send around. But like I said, I am going to report them. I promise that. There's enough people that have said to me, I feel a duty of care that I can report them to stop the next person happening to them and then the next person. So I've read all the comments. I completely agree with you. We'll see how far I can get it, but I'm waiting to see what they respond with some form of justification, whether they're going to ignore my mother-in-law. So it'll be interesting. If you're enjoying the video series, hit a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you on the next one. Love you, bye.